Hey, what's up guys? I didn't make a video for 2 weeks. I did the wrap up of the Ultra Trail Cape Town and I wanted to kind of leave that as is. It was a great race. I really enjoyed it. It was a great series and it was lovely following it along and having all the interaction with the channel and with the people I met out there. And I wanted to wrap that up as a series as a whole. Coming in the following year, next year, 2020, I'm going to be training even harder. I'm going to be doing more races. I'm going to vary the types of training that I'll be doing throughout the year. I'll be traveling for some races and I will also be trying to maybe perhaps do the 100-kilometer Ultra Trail Cape Town. So I'm pretty stoked about all of that and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the year. So here it is over here. It's the Salomon Bonatti Pro Jacket. I've basically pulled it up online here just so I can show you guys. This is from a shop here in Cape Town. It is the Salomon concept store that I went to go get it from in Canal Walk. I think it was about 2,300 Rand. And I'll just pop that up on either side just in dollars and euros and stuff for you guys that are overseas. This is the jacket at the moment. That is basically how it folds up. It zips into the interior pocket, which basically comes like this. Just put it out here. It's pretty good to have it packed away like this when you're not using it or if you're traveling and stuff, but I just prefer in my race pack to just bundle it up and shove it in. It just makes it a lot easier, as you guys can see, getting it out. And you also don't have to fiddle with zips, and it's quite a tight, compact sort of package. So as I say, I prefer to just store it open like that. That is the inside pocket. It's a front zip pocket over here. So that just turns inside out and it basically packs into that. Just get back here so I can kind of show you guys what colors it has. I do prefer all black, but this color has grown on me actually. It's got really rad waterproof zips that literally haven't given me any problems. The only thing is you've got to be a little bit careful. Obviously it's got a liner inside the zip and stuff, and as I'm sure you guys know with other types of bags and stuff, when you are zipping it up it can kind of get hooked on there. So you just got to make sure that you zip it up carefully, and usually it goes all the way up, which is awesome. Inside the hood over here, it's got this little inset piece that actually goes around your forehead. So your hood flips over so that when you are running, the hood doesn't slip off your head like most other hoods. If you've got a normal rain jacket at home, normally you put the hood on, and if the wind's blowing and stuff, the hood just blows off. So that's pretty rad. It's pretty well thought of, and it stays on your head while you're running, which is awesome. It's also, what I really like, is if you unzip it completely, you've got a little tab on the inside with a little like grommet sort of clip. And what you can do then is basically unzip it. I'll show you over here. And you clip these two pieces together so that the jacket stays together at the top. So you could actually unzip the jacket and still kind of keep it together so that it's pretty much the same as the hood. When you're running, it's not just going to fly off and flap all over the place, which is pretty rad. I think, especially with a jacket at this price, you do expect some small little additional pieces and stuff like that. There is also, and I'll show you guys over here, on the inside of the pocket, there is sort of one of these little holes that go through. That's pretty cool if you want to keep your phone or something. If you're playing music or you've got calls coming in or whatever, you can put your phone in the jacket pocket and thread, obviously if you're not using wireless headphones, through there up into your head over here, and you basically don't need to get anything in and out, which is pretty cool. It folds up to a decent size, and I'll pop over up here the weight of the jacket. As I say, with folding it, I just usually scrunch it up and put it in my bag or in my pack and pull it out when needed. The other thing is that these, I've got some other jackets that have got sort of Velcro pieces, and these are pretty minimalistic when it comes to the sleeves. It's got a small piece of stretchy sort of material over here, and otherwise that just fits over. So you kind of can pull them up halfway if need be, if you're getting a bit hot. and it kind of is easy accessible to get your watch and stuff like that, and there's no extra material or anything. I know on one of my jackets the pieces keep coming off and stuff, and it's a bit irritating, so that kind of works. And the rim of the jacket around the bottom around your waist is pretty much very similar. It's got that sort of bungee material, very stretchy, and it kind of hugs the waistline so it doesn't ride up and stuff all the time. The last kind of feature of the jacket, and that is kind of what you need for the races, is taped and sealed seams. So I don't know how much you guys can see, but if you look over there, you can see that this is basically glued and sealed. So this is 100% waterproof, no water is going to get into that. This jacket also, obviously they say that it is more breathable than say other jackets in the same sort of range, and I think that's obviously how they get at it. But at the end of the day, if you've got a waterproof jacket that is going to stop all the rain coming out, you've got to kind of think the breathability is not going to be as good as other items. So while it is breathable and it's comfortable to wear, I find it's not as bad as some of the really, really cheap sort of jackets that make you totally overheat and sweat and wet inside. It's certainly not as bad as that, so it definitely has breathability, but as I say, it's a rain jacket. You're only going to be so comfortable in it for a certain amount of time if you are getting hot. So what I basically did was I got this jacket for the race. I went through an older video of the Ultra Trail Cape Town. It was my gear reviews, so it was like the gear I was taking, and I showed you guys the list of compulsory gear for the race. A taped waterproof jacket with a hood is pretty much compulsory for any trail race that you guys are going to come across. So whether that's the shorter ones or the longer ones or ones in different countries, you're basically always going to need this, and that's kind of where it came to me. Or when I kind of decided to get something that maybe was a little bit more expensive and kind of out of my price range for a rain jacket, because I usually would just take any old jacket in my cupboard with me. But if I was going to, once I knew I'd kind of committed to doing more of these races and stuff, I went for this kind of lightweight, packable, sort of 100% rain-proof option. And if you guys are looking for other options, there are top 10 rain jacket lists. There are top 10 budget lists on Google. You don't have to look far. And there's stuff in every sort of price range. Obviously, the features are going to differ a little bit. But if it is taped and sealed, you get stuff that is a hell of a lot cheaper than this if you are on a budget. So be sure to check through Google. And I can always put some links down below to other websites that will kind of allow you to find a jacket that kind of fits your price range. For me, basically, I didn't wear this jacket. For those of you guys that did the Ultra Trail Cape Town, this certainly wasn't needed. We got to the top of Table Mountain. It was nippy, but it wasn't enough to kind of put on this jacket and take it out of my bag. So I basically just carried this along for the ride, and you honestly don't even notice that it's in your bag, which is pretty cool. I took it on a lot of training runs and a lot of trips up Platter up to the top of Table Mountain in winter when it was solidly raining and stuff. And it really did make a massive difference. And after training for a good, I think, 2 or 3 months in the beginning with my normal rain jacket, I'll kind of pop up which rain jacket it was there. It wasn't taped or sealed. It wasn't highly packable or breathable. It was just the rain jacket that I had that I decided to take with in the start. After switching to this one, I could truly see the difference in this one. And I don't do advertising for Salomon, as I'm sure you guys have seen. I've done a lot of, not complaint videos, but I'll call them out when I think that I've paid a lot of money myself for a product, and especially if the pros around the world are racing with this stuff, it's got to kind of hold up and it's got to work how it should. And as a normal consumer buying this stuff, I'm actually going to pick up a new Advanced Skin 12 pack, that black one that I had that I've done the review on. It has finally actually frayed on the back of the cables, and I don't want to stray too far from this review, but that pack had it completely. There was actually a major recall at the beginning of the year, they told me, and they fully sorted me out a new pack. So I'm going to go fetch that new pack, and hopefully the new one, I'll be sure to let you guys know if there are any problems with that. Keeping on track, yeah, this jacket has helped me a hell of a lot, and it's kind of saved me up in the mountains here in Cape Town. I highly recommend you get a really good jacket, obviously in your price range, and something that you can pack and take with you all the time, because you never know how the weather's going to change when you're out there. And obviously if it's compulsory gear for all the races, and you really want to do the races and you're going to pay your hard-earned money towards entering the races, you kind of want to, over the years, just accumulate the gear that you need for those races. So when it comes to this jacket, as I say, I've used it a lot in training. I do recommend it. It is very, very comfortable. And I have also taken it away for a weekend. My wife and I went to horse shows and stuff just up country. I did a video where we were camping, not camping, but staying in a little place up there. And I wore this to shows. I wore this when I was out taking photos. I wore this as pretty much an everyday jacket as well. And it works really, really well as both. Looks really good, not that looks are everything, but yeah, it kind of ticks all the boxes for me, to be honest. And we'll see. It's been I've had it for about 6 months or so. So we'll see how it holds up, and I'll be sure to just pin a comment down below if I have any issues with it or anything. So that's basically it. It's the Salomon jacket, the Bonatti Pro. There are other versions of it, so just be sure to check those out. They're the older year ones, and I don't think much has changed. So if you can get those cheaper, then be sure to try that out. And yeah, awesome stuff. As for this channel, sorry that I've been gone for 2 weeks. I went to the tattoo place, so I had to kind of recover and take a little break from exercising and running and soaking in pools and all sorts of stuff. It has been summer here and the weather's been getting really, really good, although windy. Cape Town, South Africa is known for its summer windy months. So I'm going to start getting back out on the trails, heading kind of closer towards the weekend. And I've also, after the race, I was reading an article and I was reading that a lot of trail runners after a race or after a big event get sick and all that stuff. And I think I kind of jinxed myself because I spent, I think, 2 weeks trying to get over like a cold. And it wasn't totally the flu. I didn't need antibiotics. I didn't go to the doctor or anything. But I just had an absolute runny nose, headache the whole time, bit of a fever on and off. And I just couldn't kind of kick it. And I think basically that was just the kind of build up throughout the 6 months of my training for the Ultra Trail Cape Town. The intensity near the end got really, really intense. The week before the race, I kind of felt like almost like a little bit off, but not 100%. And the race, I felt absolutely fine. I couldn't have done any better. And I think that Monday, it absolutely smashed me. So I was off. I was pretty much in bed for a few days and stuff, trying to recover. And I think my body was just basically saying to me, listen, you need a bit of a break. So I'm a firm believer of listening to your body and listening to how you feel. I took the 2 weeks off. I've relaxed. I've gotten back into gym at the beginning of this week, actually Tuesday. So Monday. So I've done 3 solid days of gym, which is awesome to feel. I don't actually feel myself unless I've actually got in a decent solid workout. So I got back into gym. I'm going to maybe go for a little 5K tomorrow morning and just see how my legs are feeling. And yeah, back on it. I'm super stoked for this channel. I will definitely update you guys as it goes along, give you guys more reviews. I told you I'd give you this jacket review maybe about a month ago, so I thought I'd just throw that in here with the update just so it's not too boring for you guys. I wish you all a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas if you are celebrating it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next week.